Another midterm election is in the books, but what does it mean for the economy and your finances? Now that midterm elections are over, we're checking back in with Nick Scheumann of Hefty Wealth Partners. Nick, great to have you here with us.
Yes, thanks for having me back.
You were here with us back in August. Can you update us on what people may see from the markets post-election?
Yeah, sure. Actually, when I was here in August, things have kind of moved how we expected them to, which is good. I talked about this year there's going to be a lot of volatility in the markets with the midterm election. There always is. And we saw a drop in the markets of about 10% just a few weeks ago. But then I also said, just wait for the fourth quarter. Things will stabilize and come back. And they have. And we are actually back and hitting peak highs again. So, you know, it seems like, great, now we're back to being on the path to hunky-dory town. Everything is going to be great for the rest of this year. But I'm always cautious and always have some sort of caveat. And I would say, just wait a second. Just because midterm elections are over doesn't mean volatility is gone.
Okay.
You know, there's some other things that we're going to be looking at throughout the rest of this year. And we're now into seasonal data, and that's the retail season that we're in.
Yep.
And there's going to be a lot of focus on that. And if you know or not, but Christmas has now started the day after Halloween.
Can you believe that?
I can't.
Talk a little bit about that as far as the retail, how that's going to affect folks.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the biggest focus here in quarter four for this year is going to be that retail data. How does it look? How does it compare to years previous? There's a lot of different aspects to that, but we like to focus on the kind of deals that are out there, how many people are being hired, how much of that is, what are the sales? You know, those people that are being hired, how much are they actually pushing out? You know, that's going to be a big thing for quarter four. We expect it to be good. The general trends in the economy in 2014 have been improving, and that is what we expect to carry over. This good seasonal data, hopefully is good, would be a big boost to markets as we step into 2015. But 2015 is going to bring on other things that people are going to be worried about, and I think we're going to hear a lot next year about interest rates, and that could, even though the season data could be good, that could be something that people are worried about.
Okay, that was my next question. They have been so good. What's your predictions with that?
Yeah, I mean, interest rates have been very low. They've been falling for 30 years.
Right.
So people are expecting now that quantitative easing is over, which is just a fancy term for printing of money. What comes next? You know, my interest rate's going to go up. I'm going to make money in the bank accounts again. That's not necessarily true. I don't think that we're going to see that right away. There's going to be a lot of talk about when rates are going up, and there's going to be a lot of speculation about that. We know that they are going up. That is inevitable. We just don't know how much, or no one really knows when that's going to happen. And I don't think people should sit back, you know, and say, I know rates are going up. I'll just leave everything in the bank in my CD or in my money market account because I'm just going to make more. Right now we're making diddly squat, and now if you double that, it's still not very much. So it's not going to be able to be something that you can just sit back, relax, and hope things carry forward. Because
they can't decrease. I mean, they have to go up, right?
Exactly. That's the point. It is inevitable to see those go up. Now the quantitative easing is over, the Federal Reserve has basically said enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Right.
Anytime there's change in monetary policy, markets perk up, their ears perk up. People are very interested in that.
Okay, so the big question, what should our viewers be doing right now to get ready for next year?
Yes, and unfortunately there's nothing I can say, you got to, buy this or do that, but
you can't?
No, there's no generic investment strategy that works every single time. It just doesn't exist. If it did, I wouldn't have a job. But I have, over the last year, I've been averaging, with all my clients, about 8 calls or just 8 contacts with them. So it's communication, it's education, and knowing where you stand. We are entering a new era of investing. Rates have been falling for 30 years. They're going to go the other way. We're going to have to redefine how much stock you carry, how much bonds you carry, and how you redefine or how you define risk. I think it's going to be different than it's been in the last 30 years. You have to have good, honest conversation with someone, hopefully an advisor you trust, to be able to know where you stand today and plan for what's next.
Nick with Hefty Wealth Partners, we appreciate your time. Vital information there. I've learned a lot.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.